Hello, are you coming to the Saving Grace Jungle Fever tour? If not, what are you doing? I am looking for couples, best friends, mum and daughters, mum and sons, whatever you've got for me, to take part in the show live with me at every single venue that we're doing. I'm talking besties from Dublin, couples in Cardiff, mothers in Cambridge, whatever you've got, we want to know. And you can come up on stage live with me and play a bush tucker, Saved by the Bell. Sorry, Noodle. If you want to be involved, email savinggrace@fellastudios.com. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You have to be 18 and over and what venue you're coming to. See you then, loves. Welcome back to another episode of Saving Grace. And today we have got an Irish queen on. It's Ashton B.
It's only me. Hello, GK.
Have you noticed what we've got on the desk for you here?
Yes, some lovely candle holders, a tiny bell.
A bell.
And a small, yes.
And just a cheeky Guinness.
Oh, what? Other brands are available.
Well, are they?
It's an Irish stout. When I did the Bake Off, because I worked...
The Bake Off.
Yeah, I worked into my bakes. And I had to say Irish stout all the time, because obviously it couldn't look like I was promoting Guinness.
Yeah, of course.
But I was there drinking Guinness before it became something for the cool lads at Reading and Leeds to be drinking.
Well, I've only had Guinness one time in my life in Ireland.
Yeah.
But I was pissed as a fart already.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the experience.
It's more like this is more of a dinner. You can't have it on a night out if you're like a lady who likes Prosecco, as I can see here.
Well, of course. Yeah. Oh my God, Georgia comes in with Prosecco.
Oh, like magic. Oh, but it's there's eating and drinking in it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's quite thick.
Yeah. It's a thick drink.
Well, we've written G's on there, and I thought we could try and split the G. So if you just take a look where your G is, because it's definitely not.
Where's my G?
Where's my G?
Oh, come on now, please. Are you sure you've written it on it? Oh, I see now. Oh, listen, hats off to the production team, because that is a Sharpie well used. Okay, so
the budget's big here, actually.
I mean, I don't think this is kind of no offense to the effort by the team, but a Guinness with this little head in a plastic glass and a G written on the Sharpie is not exactly promoting the best of Ireland right now.
No, we're giving God more.
Bless you for
Glastonbury
trying.
already.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's given more summer caravan vibes than Glastonbury, I think.
My favourite holiday.
Hey, listen.
I'm humble.
Oh, knock it. Okay, let's
go.
This. Okay.
3, 2, 1. I'm scared. Right.
Yes. Turn around. Oh, you poor thing.
Actually, it's quite nice.
But did you split the... No, you didn't. You only got to the top of the G.
It's the aftertaste,
It's actually quite nice.
No, it's the aftertaste.
You look like you've been forced to kiss 3 men.
And God forbid, as a lesbian, that's like
exactly.
death row.
I was like, that's what I mean. It looks like this is the equivalent of having to... And in Ireland, this is kind of like kissing 3 men. This is what that tastes like.
Yeah, actually, it kind of tastes like Marmite. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, that's what men taste like.
Yeah. Yeah. You love them or you hate them. Then I hate them.
They're always around up to something.
Do you feel like you live up to Irish stereotypes?
Yeah. Like I'm like from my daughter's nearly a year old. And the only thing I can guarantee she eats is potato waffles. It's the only thing on a tough day I'm like, just put them in the toaster. We'll go again. Tomorrow we'll
potato.
It's the only thing she'll definitely eat.
It's very Irish.
And so it is very Irish. So yeah, I suppose so. Another Irish thing I've done is left Ireland.
Yes,
people do tend to do
are
that.
known to do this.
So yeah, so I suppose I do. I mean, what are your views of an Irish person that you would think the stereotypes? As a younger, you're of a generation where like Irish people are on Love Island, having done exercise. That's not so what I would have grown up associating with. What are your versions of Ireland? Your Fontaines DC, your Kneecap, your Love Island contestants.
So every time I've gone to Ireland, it's rowdy girls love a drink.
Thank you.
Best fun.
Yeah.
English is my first language.
Yeah.
Like
no, it's and you're speaking it so
fluently. Yeah. Like the most fun, but also will whip out an Irish jig if needed.
Yeah.
Rugby boy is how I imagine any man Irish is a rugby boy or Sam Fender.
Really?
He's not Irish.
He's not Irish at all. I can imagine Sam has an Irish grandmother though.
Well,
there must be some.
don't we all? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Do you notice Americans are always like, I'm actually like a quarter
Yes, I do.
Irish?
I am when I get an Uber in America, I've changed my name to Ashley, Ashley, because when they see an Irish spelling of a name, they're like, "Oh my God, Aisling, can I just ask, is that accent?" And I'm like, I just want to sit in the car and have my 5 minutes where I don't have to talk to anyone about my heritage. So I've changed it to Ashley, and I get in with an American accent now because no one wants to talk to a white girl called Ashley.
You're
in
cosplaying
America.
in the cab.
Yeah, they're like,
that's
Ashley,
completely
get
fair.
in the car. They're like, that's the least interesting person I could be is a white girl called Ashley in America.
And there's many of them. Is what I will say.
Yes.
So I'm going to Ireland on my tour.
Are you?
I am. I'm going to
Hey.
Dublin. And I want any tips you can give me.
Where are you playing in Ireland?
Is it Vicar Street?
is brilliant.
Love
Vicar
Vic-
Street.
It's not Vicar Street. It's not.
No.
Oh, I
I'm
always
doing
used
my
to do
tour in
Vicar Street because
Vicar
there's
Street's brilliant.
tables.
There's tables, yeah. It's a really good folk and music venue as well. It's great for
It's
comedy.
fucking great. And all of the crowd there, I always get heckled
Yeah.
there.
Lovely. Yeah.
And they always have a go at me for being British. And I'm like, do you know what?
Yeah.
Fair fucks.
Yes, but you're a different type of British because I remember when I didn't know any English people growing up. I had one neighbour called Tim, and
always
that was
Tim.
it. It's
Yeah.
always Tim. Of course, it's going to be Tim. But I didn't meet any English people until I went to university, and then I went to Trinity in Dublin, normal people setting, or as you might call it, normal people land.
Yeah, of course.
And I met English people a lot of the English people who come there are very upper class. They sort of do their like foyers in Dublin.
Yeah.
And I sort of didn't know kind of what English people were until I moved to England. And then I met people from every different type of background. And I was like, oh God, it's a pity it wasn't like normal English people negotiating with people, Irish people back in the day, because they've got so much in common. But when it's
Agreed.
you know,
Posh people.
Though the weirdest thing happened to me at a wedding last weekend. One of my friends, who's a brilliant comedian, and went to Eton College, and 100 years ago, our paths would never have met.
Of course.
I grew up in Ireland. 50 years ago, we would have never met, except for the comedy scene now.
Yeah.
And Eton isn't, people can come out and be all sorts of different things coming out of Eton now.
Of course.
And I walked onto the dance floor, and he was mouthing every single word of a Kneecap song. And And one of the phrases in it is "chucking our law," which in the north of Ireland means "our day will come."
Right.
And that's about kind of reclaiming independence for Ireland, and it's a very old phrase. So when you see that, and here's this boy from Eton speaking in Gaelic because it's in the song, it's in a Kneecap song. And I was like, oh my God, look at this merging. And I just left my little Irish baby in England where I live to go to this wedding to meet a guy from Eton who was speaking Irish to me in a rap song by an Irish rap group. And I was like, this is the world colliding. So it was a very like out of body
spiritual moment.
Yeah, it was quite spiritual. I was like, oh my God, my grandfather, if I go in, tell him now. Like, what happened? Like just the bit of the episode of the series of that you don't expect.
That's mental.
Yeah.
Gaelic as well.
Yeah, speaking full Gaelic.
I wouldn't have a clue.
But I bet you if you rap, like, you know, how many, I'm trying to think of a younger reference.
I'm thinking of
Enrique Iglesias. I don't speak Spanish, but I'm like, un, dos, tres, un pasito belante,
You're
Maria.
right.
I don't know what I'm saying.
or Te Amo by Rihanna.
Yes. Te amo.
All she says is Te Amo. But yeah,
but
Te Amo.
we know it roughly means, so you do end up speaking other languages if the rhythm is in your arse.
We're so bilingual.
Many arses speak many languages.
And
they
don't I
even
know
understand.
that. Don't I know that. I want to go through some Irish phases with you and see if you can tell me what they mean.
Yes.
Right? That's absolutely gas.
That's absolutely gas. That's very funny. Not like funny, like a joke.
Right.
It'd be, do you know I bumped into your uncle G.K. Barry
Oh.
and only found out that he
telling
was
me?
your uncle when he ended up in my house looking for directions somewhere. You go, that's absolutely gas. And I was on the way to do your podcast. That's so gas.
Okay.
That's gas. Yeah, so that's what that is. You know,
Right.
like wild.
So nothing to do with trap wind.
Nothing to do with trapped wind.
Completely
But
fair.
you will also
Have that.
potentially have a bit of gas.
I'm really excited
within
for my Uber
T
home.
minus 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't see you chugging it down though, I'll be honest.
I
don't.
am having a little sippy sip. Acting the maggot.
Acting the maggot is just being a bit of a silly Billy. Just acting
Okay.
but it's a bit annoying. So it's not like aren't they a silly Billy? Look, they've got a traffic cone on their head. It's like, we're all trying to get home, Dave. Take the traffic cone off your head and stop acting maggot. Or you could say it to a child as well, and it wouldn't leave them with scars needing therapy. It's like, stop acting the maggot and get inside. It wouldn't be an abusive parent.
I like that.
You know?
It's got a ring to it. What about, oh my God, banner jinxed?
Banjaxed.
Banjaxed?
Banjaxed. Oh, I love, there's a live edit happening. As we was like, banjaxed. Banjaxed is when something's totally broken. So like, oh my God, my back is banjaxed. So banjaxed is like, just something totally broken. But after a night out, your head could be banjaxed. You'd be like, oh yeah, I'm banjaxed. So that's what banjaxed is.
Like I'm trying to think of, my bum's going to be banjaxed after this.
Yeah, I'd say it will be now. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I don't know that it'll be banjaxed. I think it'll be working. But your bum, I don't think it'll be banjaxed.
It's working.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you just heard Te Amo by Rihanna.
It
needs a wiggle. Yeah.
Dry shite.
Oh, a dry shite is someone who's no crack. So as in like like, hi guys.
Boring.
I just think if we all could look at the WhatsApp group and just read where we have to put all the money into the account and divide it up, then we could all relax and get on with the fun. Or can everyone just reply separately to the group? Oh, it's a bit of a dry shite. Or just, it's someone who's...
Bit of a boring bastard.
Boring, a BB.
What about cop on?
Cop on is pull yourself together.
Okay.
So that's a good one. And it's, and if you have no cop on, it's someone who doesn't have much common sense. So like, oh my God, that lad has no cop on. It would be someone who's going, I don't understand why the girl is crying. I only slept with her friend. Yeah, have you no cop on? Could you not understand why she's crying?
I think it sounds good because you're saying it with the accent.
But if I
was like, oh, you've got no cop on.
I swear to God, you say that now, 2 years time, it's going to be every word on Love Island.
Really?
I still remember, because I've been living here now maybe... since you were a child. So I've been here honestly about 18 years and I was like, oh my God, you were probably only a baba when I moved over. And I remember saying words that people didn't understand, and now I see them in Love Island.
No
Or
way.
because I'm obsessed with reality TV.
Of course.
So in Love Island at the moment, there's a girl in it called Shakira.
Yes.
And I was there first time round, and I technically now am old enough to have been her mother, and I dressed like Shakira the first time round, like Shakira. I totally appropriated South American culture.
Me too.
I had bleached blonde hair, fake tan head to, around my ankles.
Yeah.
And I wore like a sort of top which suggested I was, celebrating Dios de Muerte or whatever it was. I was just fully in my hair. and now I see a girl in Love Island be like, hi, I'm Shakira.
Completely different.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, it's that amount of time, and I still think I should enter the villa.
Have
I
you
still
seen?
think I'm young enough to enter the villa.
Who is it that's Irish in there? Connor.
Yeah. He's a rugby lad.
He always says like.
Yeah, like that came in now. Like was my generation as a teenager, because when I was a teenager, Clueless came out.
Oh.
And we were really absorbing American culture. Like
Absolutely.
if you went to America for a weekend, you came back with an American accent and a baseball cap. You were like, God, guys, I've just been to New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Do I not sound like it? You know, everyone came back saying like they
course.
were trying to be American. And so like started coming in then. But Irish people generally didn't say like. And then it became a whole thing from that sort of American.
That's mental.
Linguistically, it happened around that Clueless
So
time.
funny,
It was
'cause
this
I
all
always
absorbing
thought
West
it was
Coast culture.
An Irish thing.
No. It's you know what I mean? Like it's not.
Connor's been watching Clueless.
Connor's been watching Clueless. No, Connor's parents probably watched Clueless.
Who's your favourite on Love Island at the minute?
I do love Connor. I think he goes on a journey. Oh, also Connor is an accent you don't often hear on UK TV.
Absolutely.
Which is where I'm from, which is more, there's what you call in Ireland a culture, which is people outside of the big cities.
Okay.
Is from people from the countryside who sort of grow up where you have to get a car into town.
Yep.
You've probably heard a cow moo to wake you up in the morning. And that's the accent that he has now, which is a lot more like a sort of old man, like you might expect in an Irish film or something like that. So to hear him, and it's not a totally accent you'd associate with sex, but he's a very good looking lad.
Yeah.
And I think he's a very kind man and is in touch with his feelings.
Compared to the men in there.
Oh, listen. And,
I will say...
that's not exactly a high compliment given this year, but I do think he's a good lad. If he was my son, and I swear to God he could be, because I had a life. I had a love for my current baby. down in Limerick where he's from. And I wouldn't be ashamed of him to be my son.
What about Harrison?
Harrison. I mean, the thing is, I'm very aware. I feel like it's different. You talking about them because they're more your age.
Okay.
Then maybe it's not like I'm old, but I'm an older woman.
Yeah,
talking
can I
about
just
young
say
people
though,
because
you look 26.
Can I just say though, I was I think 5 minutes late today because I spent so long doing my makeup because I was coming on this podcast. It wasn't about any pop because your guests tend to turn on their makeup.
You look we look the same age.
Thank you very much.
You're
will
welcome.
Accept that.
Thank you.
But only because I basically looked up, like I've never contoured before. I was afraid I'd come in looking like a pauper. Like when we were in a school play, we had to look like victims from the Irish famine and we were doing a play about the famine.
Yeah, of course.
And we put like brown crayons on our face. And I still think of myself like, did we invent contouring before the Kardashians?
What year?
But I've never and then I basically knew I was coming on this podcast. I was like, I've got to work it out. And I looked up a thing that was like how to contour.
Wow, you've done a great job. You have done a really
I'm
good job.
afraid I'll turn in a certain light and be like, yeah. But I was like, on GK's podcast, what's great is they make an effort with the hair and makeup, but you'll always be in comfortable tracksuits. Then I turn up and Judas here in a matching two-piece, rings, everything.
I need to preface, I was at work this morning.
Yeah.
I never usually look like
You
this.
dressed like a Guinness.
Yeah, I have.
And I've dressed like Connor from Love Island's father,
What's
who's
that?
waiting for him to get out of the villa.
Hold on, where's my phone? I just recently took a picture in an Irish football team's top. Do you recognise this? Is it Barry?
Here's the thing. I
Barry
don't
football.
live in Ireland.
I thought we were
Napa
wearing the same
Auto
one.
Parts. I mean, there's a shout out. Big shout out to Napa Auto Parts there. I don't know. This isn't the same thing. This is Sanctuary on it. It's for a lovely charity, for an arts charity in the north of England that get asylum seekers and refugee people into theatre.
Oh, well, shit on mine then.
This is amazing. So,
Right.
but no,
Yeah,
yours
shit
is good
on
too
mine.
because you're supporting Napa Auto Parts, which is just
Really
as
good
noble a
cause.
cause,
Yeah,
GK. Yes, I can't see the front, crucially.
Yeah.
But you might think I should know from the colours, and that's you know
what I'm
I
thinking
live
of.
here now.
Yeah, you do live.
Yeah, I've
What
gone
do
a
you
bit
think
plastic.
The differences living in the UK versus Ireland. Like, are there any significant differences
It
to you?
is. If you saw my house here, you're like, oh, she's from Ireland. But I'm not sure I would have any of the items I have in my house if I actually lived in Ireland.
Right, like what? Like memorabilia?
Oh, like little, like my
Okay.
tea towels are all like a blessing from an Irish mother to an Irish daughter abroad. Like the little leprechaun things on the fridge. A Tato, which is a famous Irish crisps. Like I've fridge magnets of those and a tea towel.
You should get a spice bag memorabilia.
Spice bag. See, I was never into spice bags because I couldn't handle
Never
the
had
spice.
one. Oh, is it actually spicy?
Yeah. When you go to Dublin, someone will take you for a spice bag. This is a call
like a
out
threat.
to, especially the lesbian Irish mafia, I think, to take out GK for a spice bag.
And my
when
girlfriend's
she's in
going to beat you up
Dublin.
for saying that. So
No,
you know.
no, platonically. You can take out the girlfriend as well. Is she not coming to Dublin?
No.
Do you not bring her around with you?
I do actually. I bring her everywhere, but she's back in season. So
Oh, no.
fuming. I know, because I wanted to show her the dirty goat or the dirty onion.
don't know what the dirty onion.
Oh, Georgia, help me. The dirty onion? It's a pub in Dublin.
Oh, right.
Let me tell you something.
I've never heard of an Irish pub called something like a dirty onion. You know, that feels like a sort of, like the Hollywood cafe in LA.
The dirty onion.
Oh, yeah. That
It
does
is.
look like it's for young English people and it's cool. Like, it looks great. I don't want to
everyone in
be
there was
bad,
English.
but it looks like modern Irish hipsters who
Yeah.
are great.
Yeah.
But like you're not going to find an actual old man in there with a dog. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the goddamn truth.
We must
I
go
went
down to the dirty onion.
I went to one in, what's the place we went to in Northern Ireland? Went somewhere in Northern Ireland. And we went to this pub, and bearing in mind my team is all gay.
Yeah.
I had my hairdresser at the time, catsuit, makeup, guy.
Delish.
Everyone in that pub was like, what the fuck has just walked in?
Yeah.
And I thought, shit, we didn't read the room.
Ireland did I mean, I think, I mean, to try and keep it light, of course, Ireland was the first country where the people of the country voted in gay marriage.
Really?
So other countries brought it in before that, but it was from the government, where this was a people vote. And that was, I think is it 15 years now? God, is it 15 or is it 10 years? That's me not being great at my own history. But there's still a global backlash where we have to protect our LGBTQIA plus people and friends and loved ones. But it definitely set off a world where everyone was more accepting, because I think the idea of being alternative and different is a lot more Irish. And the idea that Irish people are ever homophobic, or still are, to me is wild.
Yeah.
Because we have been odder and out of place and immigrants, and we know what that feels like. And I hate any racism or homophobia in Ireland in particular, because we viscerally and historically know what that is. And it's like, oh my God, we should be the most accepting. And in some parts it really is. So like, I love the idea of you guys all going in, but in a sense, I bet you any money that as long as someone was good crack, the worst thing would be, there's an anti-dry shite culture in Ireland, which you now know. So it would actually be worse if someone went in. If you're boring
and gay,
I would. Oh my God, I don't think you'd have time for that though, GK. I think you'd get a bit homophobic. In that
absolutely.
Regard. Yeah. No, it's so boring. But so that's obviously I would have paid to, but I would have understood you felt weird going in, but I bet you by the end of the night you were maybe having a good time.
Absolutely. Exactly. Every time I've gone to Ireland, it's been the best experience ever. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Another thing we can relate on, you recently said about you enjoy rotting in a dressing gown.
Oh my God, yes. That's why I feel so, like this is me.
Upset.
Yeah, I almost wore a full matching co-ord like squashy pajama tracksuit to this. And I was like, I know I'll be so welcome.
The dream.
I just feel so Judas by your whole look.
Next episode, I'm going to come in
the
pajamas.
Curls, like I did a Jesus air blow dry, which is letting the air do it. And like to come in and see your barrel curls, the Jesus blow dry. It's where you just let the air do the blow dry and hope that Jesus is on your side, doing a good job. Jesus will be a tenor in this for you now if you do a good job.
Do you have extensions or is it your natural hair?
No, but I do have the best extensions but I can't put them in myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
I have the best ones that I got on a job, a Netflix series I was doing years ago. Through Cash at It, got me the best in extensions for my hair, and I've kept them since. They are my exact hair quality. And I asked at the end, I was like, I said, oh, can I pay for these? Knowing that I was actually asking for them for free.
Yeah, of course.
And they gave them to me for free. And I have used them for the last maybe 8 years, but I cannot put them in myself.
They
and
must
I know
be hanging on by a fucking thread.
My hairdresser often sews them back in, kind of like an elderly lady going, don't worry. But sometimes I see a photo, I'm like, I actually can do this myself. And then I'll see a photo from an event and you'll see like the end girl hanging out here, a bit of a clip on this side like this. And I'm like, oh no, is there any way Getting Images can go under today? Is there any way they'll run out of money today and just shut down the website?
If I let my hair naturally blow dry, my mullet is like Bob Ross.
Wait, so is your hair extensions?
Yeah, look, this is my natural length of hair.
Shooketh. But wait, now in the jungle, you had your beautiful plaits, which I loved. I almost plaited my hair today as a sort of homage to you in the jungle. What was I going to say? So was that extensions in the plait?
Yeah. They were sewn into my head, and it was the worst decision I've ever made.
So I had for a job, an acting job before, I had extensions sewn in, and I've got ADHD. And one of the things is, that's why I love squatting in my dressing gown. My favourite outfit feels like nothing is on me.
Yeah.
Like I'm just moving through the air, nude but covered. It's just a giant dressing gown, nothing too tight, a loose, literal wizard sleeve.
Well, of course, yeah.
Around my what are they called again? Wrists.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
See, you do have great English.
Thank you.
And I love that. So when I had permanent extensions,
oh hell,
it was like someone was always trying to contact me by tapping me on the shoulder. It was just going, excuse me. And when I would sleep at night, I would feel them.
Yeah. It's not for the weak.
It's not for the weak.
You'd love a Victorian nightgown, I reckon.
Yes, very much. And you're saying it like I don't sort of loosely have one. Like my boyfriend always knows. He's like, well, This answers any questions I had when I'm like, ooh, I'm here to warn you about Christmas past, Scrooge.
That's exactly it.
Yeah,
That's
floating.
what I'm
I
imagining you
love
in.
a Victorian dressing gown.
I need to get one.
Yeah. Myself and a friend of the show, Catherine Ryan.
Love
one of my
Catherine
best friends.
Ryan.
It's funny, Catherine and I dress the exact same in the house.
Right.
But outside of the house, we obviously dress very differently. Like Catherine feels really empowered when she's in heels, full glam on stage. Whereas I feel more grounded where I'm in flat shoes.
God bless.
In a pair of tracksuit bottoms or something like that. But when we're in the house, we're both very loose, very loose. We lived together for in Edinburgh and it was always the loosest.
Did you?
Yeah. It was me, Joe Lycett, and Catherine's daughter.
What the fuck?
Living together in Edinburgh.
How was that?
It was great. I mean, it's funny because I have a little girl now and she comes to my gigs and stuff like that. But I learned that from Catherine, her baby Violet, who's not a baby anymore.
No.
Big fan of GK. She was the baby around
At
us
that
all the
time,
time
yeah.
and we all adore her. So I call her OG gig baby. And so I have pictures of her and my little girl just holding each other and I'm like, oh, OG gig baby meets new gig baby. But yeah, so that we adore it and just being around a little kid in Edinburgh as well. It drops your ego a little bit. But Catherine and Joe are particularly beautiful people. So they were always good. I think I was the annoying, that am I the asshole Reddit?
Yeah.
I think I was probably the one they'd be like, Aisling. Yeah, she really likes reminding everyone to wash up and, not chill about cups lying around. And
You won.
yeah, I've a big old
Yeah.
older Irish woman energy in a house.
I like that.
Where I'm kind of like, lads, I'm only going to say this one time, right? But there's a space where if we all put our dirty dishes there,
I don't want to be rude, but
And
I
if-
did
if
just
it-
mop this morning.
and if the washing machine's open, that's going to smell like vomit now if you don't pick up those wet clothes and just hang them out straight away. That's going to start to smell. So either open it and hang them or keep it closed.
Yeah.
But we don't do it's, So I think I'm the asshole.
Well, speaking of baby, congratulations.
Oh.
I mean, it's been a year, but congratulations.
Yeah, I don't think you can milk it. I think you say congrats when you've got a kid like Catherine has. When clearly you've done something right.
Yeah.
At the start, you're like, is this really an achievement? I don't know. I don't really know.
We're not sure yet.
Yeah.
I
Could
like
end
that
up a
you did
criminal.
that. Well, hopefully. You did the hard launch as a TripAdvisor
Oh, I did a hard
review,
launch,
which
yeah,
I
yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed. I think that's a great way. Do you worry about maybe when she gets older, it gets older?
A little bit. But then again, I really use Violet, and I'm not sure how she's going to be about me giving her all these shout outs. I think she'll be fine. She's normally like, Mum, to Catherine. But I use her as a template of if she ends up half the kid that Violet ends up being, and Violet came
be
to all of the
fine.
gigs. And also Violet is not a dry shite. She's great crack.
She also,
so I hope my kid is great crack and enjoys, like Violet enjoys Catherine.
Surely, if you've got funny parents, you have to turn out funny.
It is my greatest fear is that she won't be not necessarily
be a dry
funny,
shite.
but yeah, be like, oh guys, I don't like that. That's not great. That's not. Oh, that would be
a nightmare.
terrifying. Yeah.
I want you to give me your reviews on these things.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Sticking with TripAdvisor, okay?
I love a random improvised quiz where I don't have to think beforehand. Hit me up, Barry.
1, Paul Rudd.
Oh, TripAdvisor review.
Yeah.
TripAdvisor review of Paul Rudd. 5 stars. Not a mark on the. I'm trying to use it like an Airbnb.
So yeah.
Very clean. Felt very refreshed after stay. Had a very good time.
Yes.
My only downside would be keeps you awake until late.
Do that too.
From loud noises and karaoke.
Yeah, completely fair.
Paul is the person who I just don't know how he looks the way he does, because he will drink till 5 a.m, get on a plane, go to work. Like, I've stayed up late and then needed a cardiac surgery days afterwards. And he'll be like, hey, how are you? You coming to breakfast? And I'm like, no. So he's, 5 stars from me there, yes.
There's a conspiracy theory that he doesn't age, by the way. I don't know if you've seen that.
That's yeah. I mean, that's one of the most known theories on the internet.
And I
I'd
don't
say
think
now.
he ever will age.
No, I haven't seen it, and I don't understand how.
Wow.
Because it's not. He hasn't had any crazy facelift.
not work.
There's no work. It's yeah.
Maybe it is the drinking.
So I basically do a gig every year in his hometown, and it's him, Jason Sudeikis, and a couple of other big kind of like Kansas City people who run this amazing charity event for Kansas Children's Hospital. And it started out as a small thing where they did it for the hospital, and then now it's turned into a massive thing where like
Love
Travis
that.
Kelce comes on, throws balls around. I come out like a sort of, you guys don't know me, but I'll do a bit of stand up. And I had a joke because his mother also looks incredible.
Wow.
And she helps run the event, and about how it's cocaine. And it's like, yeah.
The way you just dropped that in, it's cocaine.
It's full cocaine. No, yeah, I don't know what he does. We can only assume.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Must be loads of cocaine. And he'll appreciate me saying that, I feel, as well.
Absolutely. Right, I want these ones rating out of 5.
Right now.
Right, you ready?
Go on, hit me up.
Being a tour guide at the Irish National Stud and Gardens.
Oh my God, you've done a deep dive. I was a tour guide in Irish.
How did you find that?
I was, from the age of probably 15 to 17, that was my summer job.
You allowed to work
Was
that age?
Yes, you're allowed to work. What kind of privileged life have you had, GK Barry?
I started at
gently
16.
sipping your yeah, you were allowed to work at 50.
At 15?
It wasn't like,
National Stud?
yeah, you can get a part-time job.
No way.
As in, I wasn't helping like birth horses
That would be weird.
at 15.
Yeah,
but
go
yeah,
on.
I had a summer job. You can get a summer job at like 15.
Shit, I was just lazy then.
Yeah. I mean, now, maybe not now, but like, could you not have a job? Yeah, that was my summer job.
Your
Surely
path.
you get like jobs at, please phone into TikTok now. Yeah, I was a tour guide, and I had to bring American tourists around and teach them about horse sex, basically.
Oh, God.
And I didn't really know that much about sex myself at that stage. So I was kind of like borrowing
I
jokes
know,
from
yeah.
older tour guides about horses. I was like, you know what it's like, madam, when your man's not in the mood and you need some help. Like, I was just sort of making these jokes for
And look at you, was
elderly
a child,
Americans.
like,
And they
right.
were, yeah, exactly. And in my head, I was like, just like them. Like, I always had the energy of, say, a sort of 50-year-old man.
Love that.
And I didn't I now look back and think there were these sort of 80-year-old American tourists walking around with this small girl going, you know what it's like when your man can't get it up and you need a bit of help from a horse vet.
Must be like Irish people are built differently, right?
Yeah. I just, yeah, they must have just been like, why is this child telling us about horse sex? So yeah, that was one of my jobs, but I absolutely loved it. And I often wonder, I remember one time someone stopping me at the end of a tour and saying, would you ever consider stand-up comedy? And I didn't even know what stand-up was. I knew like Billy
No
Connolly
way.
did it on telly.
Yeah.
But someone said to me, and I was like, that's the wildest thing forever. Me, I'll never leave Ireland. I'll be here working with horses for the rest of my life. And
Cut two.
A few years later. But I remember an American woman saying that to me. I mean, just like, that's just must have sat somewhere in my subconscious.
That's
Are you trying to
mad.
hide your Guinness down by the side
I'm
of it?
fucking drinking it,
There
Quinn.
she is now, you see?
I'm Irish now.
See? Yeah.
The Barry
Look at
came
me.
from
I'm
somewhere.
Irish.
Come on, thank you. What about that brings me on to your first open mic. Did that go well or not go well?
I think a lot of people who do it, their first one goes well, their second one goes badly.
Yeah.
Because your first one, it's almost like if you have a first date with someone that goes well, you'll forgive a second and third bad date. But if your
Right.
first date goes badly with someone,
Never do it again.
you never do it again, which isn't always fair on a person, I often feel,
That's fair.
because I feel like most people, unless it's really bad, deserve a second date. Nerves, life, what can you tell? You know, when there's first impressions are everything. I think second impressions are everything.
Yeah.
Because first impressions don't allow any room for
There's a
nuance
l-
and
yeah, there's a lot
humanity.
going on.
There's a lot going on with that person's day. But my first gig, I remember I was doing it and I typed out all the things, which I've never done since, that I was going to say. And I was like, this is about 5 minutes. It turned out it was 20 minutes. And I, as you can tell, speak a lot. And I was on a sort of a variety evening that someone who'd met me before was like, you do stand up, don't you? And I was like, yes. But I was lying. And I went on as part of this charity variety night, just chancing my arm. Like I'd been to drama school in London and I'd been acting. But I knew it was sort of in the back of my head. And I followed a man with a cello doing a song about heroin addiction. And I was like,
Tough one.
I think I might be funnier than this.
Yes.
And And to be fair, I was. But I didn't know how much I already knew what I was doing. And I can imagine it'd be the same if you did stand up.
Never. Would never.
So because I know you love that chair.
I do.
But it is just pushing the microphone upwards and staying in the chair state of mind.
What I will
say. I watched you on The Jungle. On The Jungle. On The
Jungle. On the Google.
I watched you on The Jungle. And I says to myself, and I was like, she's a stand-up in another life. Now you don't have to. You can do this.
It would be fun, but the one time, did you watch Last One Laughing?
I did the Irish version.
Did you? I haven't seen it. I've heard the Irish version. Okay, I'm going to watch it.
You've heard it. It's not a radio show.
No, I've heard of it. But that to me is hell because no one's laughing at the funny shit you're doing. That is like my worst fear.
But you know why it's okay? It's because going in knowing it's going to laugh.
Okay, so you're prepared for
why
it.
it was fine. I had a bloody ball doing it.
What did you do for your wild card?
I sang this song, which is a very big, sincere song in Ireland, because you're not trying to make people at home laugh. You're trying to make your colleagues laugh. So you're not trying to you're not trying to think about the audience. You're trying to think, well, what would make a comedian break?
Right.
And one of the things is sincerity and looking you in the eye. Whereas if you were trying to do like funny bits, people are like, oh yeah, that would work well on stage. You wouldn't.
Okay.
You know, like comedians, a lot of the time we come off stage going, hey, that was a really good bit. Oh, you should use that on stage. But you don't laugh because you're thinking about it cerebrally. You're thinking about it as a craft.
Yeah.
You're not actually laughing. And a lot of the stuff that makes comedians laugh doesn't always work on stage.
Wow.
Because you're laughing at an odder note. You get so used to the sound of jokes and comedy and stand-up that actually what makes you laugh is a different sound that's odd.
Right.
Rather than a formulaic thing.
Interesting.
So I basically sang a song that's a really sincere song about women's pain in Ireland called A Woman's Heart. And it almost worked. I thought I cracked a few people, but it didn't totally. But I laughed really early because Jason Byrne made me laugh quite quickly. And I forgot, it's easier once you're into the show. But at the start, I laughed really quickly because he just said something funny and I was like, ha ha! And then just remembered what the show was.
Yeah.
And so I think all the producers are panicking going, we're going to lose her. We're going to lose her in the first 5 minutes.
In the first 5.
But something like that, you'd be brilliant at. You'd really enjoy it. Yeah, because it's not about even the bits you stand on stage. Like they get you to prep about 3 or 4 of those, but you never get past one. And you don't really need them because you don't know what everyone else is going to have.
I don't know what I do.
But if you took away the stage element, do you think you'd be able to go into a room and chat to people and say things?
Do you know what's funny? When I go into a room of people I don't know, automatically I'm like, I need to make everyone laugh here.
Yeah, exactly.
Automatically
that's why. Do you know what? Here's the people. So here's one person you actually don't know that is a pure stand-up, and he's one of my boyfriend's friends, and he's amazing. A guy called Jordan. Because sometimes you meet funny people in pubs, and they're like, "Oh, you got to meet my friend now. He could be a stand-up. He could actually be a stand-up." And you're like, "Oh no, he just knows a lot of your cousins," and that's what makes you laugh, actually. But I don't think material about your cousin John is going to be that related.
Yeah.
And then there's certain people, and when I watched you on The Jungle, you are a natural stand-up. Lewis Capaldi has it as well.
Absolutely, Lewis Capaldi, yeah.
And I remember saying to him before, I was like, I would love you to accidentally come in and do an open spot in new material. And he's like, I will, and I'm fucked. No way, I'll absolutely do that. Not a fucking chance. I'd rather eat you with my face. And I was like, Lewis, I swear to God, you would think you wouldn't, and then he'd probably do 20 minutes.
On stage anyway,
he already does it. But it's funny how the brain works because you already do it here, but you're sat down. And so podcasts I never get nervous about, but I do still get nervous about gigs.
Do you?
Because there's an expectation when you're stood up that everything has to be funny. Whereas here, your brain relaxes more because you're like, this could be an interesting chat.
Maybe I'll get a chair.
Yeah. Oh my God.
On stage.
Yeah. Just sit down and just be like, what's the deal with? And you're like, Yeah, and I bet you'd be really, or when you were sat down often with the Reverend,
Oh, I love that man.
God bless him, and in the jungle, you guys were so funny together with, if you were standing up, stand-up quality material.
Yeah.
But you were sat down and relaxed. So your
a log.
relaxed brain can do it. And you often notice like people with relaxed brains. So you, Lewis, and then there was someone else. Oh, Alex Brooker is someone.
Oh, yeah.
So Alex
As
Brooker,
in last leg?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Alex Brooker's been doing the last leg for now 15 years. And I've known him for the length of time he's been doing that. And I remember we were all doing this charity, Channel 4 used to do this comedy gala for the Ormond Street Children's Hospital. And they don't do it anymore, but it was a big old gig and it was really difficult and gig because you were playing to 16,000 people and not
Jesus.
everyone, there are certain comedians who can play that and it doesn't mean you're a better or worse comedian. It's just your material and everything works with that sort of reach. And I was shitting my pants. And Alex went out to do 4 or 5 minutes to introduce someone else and was the best on the night.
Really?
And he's now started doing stand-up at open mic and materials.
I didn't realise he was doing stand-up.
Brilliant. But he's no different to what he is on the last leg set.
Yeah.
And
He's
he just
so
knows
lovely
it
on
now.
there.
He's brilliant. And you, Alex, and Lewis Capaldi are all 3 people I'm like, you have the thing.
What a fucking lineup. Thank
What a
you
lineup.
very
I would watch
much.
that lineup.
Oh, no.
That would sell out a large venue.
Get me on a charity night. I'll be there.
Yeah, in Tunbridge Wells, that
Do
would
you know
sell
what?
out.
I saw you the other day on a roof, doing stand-up on a roof.
Oh my God, were you at that gig?
No, but I saw it on Instagram.
Oh,
A
that's
few-
a weird, that shows our generational difference.
Yeah.
I saw you the other day on a roof, full stop, pause, on Instagram.
on Instagram.
That's not
A few
seeing someone,
people I
GK.
know.
You were
I
seeing,
know.
you saw someone on
I know.
Instagram doing something on a roof. That is your generation. And you think, like, I saw it.
I saw Lewis
the
Capaldi
top
the
of the
other day.
pyramids. Did you? How did you go up there? Oh, sorry, on Google Maps.
Instagram.
Google Maps.
I saw that. To me seems more terrifying because you are standing over everyone. Like,
But also,
Jesus.
if you're, so it's this another charity gig. Oh my God, do
God,
I
you
ever
are
stop
so
doing
humble.
charity gigs? Me and charity gigs can't stop. Won't stop. So that is a brilliant comedy venue called the Bill Murray in Angel and does loads of like gigs for a variety of charities. And that was for a charity in Islington, which helps refugees. And it was myself, Nish Kumar, James Acaster, Barry Ferns, who was emceeing. Oh, I can't totally remember the rest of the lineup. A Beatles tribute act.
oh, God bless.
Yes, but from
Cool.
far away, probably the Beatles.
Yeah.
And we were all on a roof to like 500, 700 people down on the ground.
Wow.
And if you were in the audience, I don't think we would have looked like we were that far up. And we all came out and going, whoa, but we all probably looked like chickens. But when you're
Really?
on the roof,
It's hellish.
and also there was no like fire and safety. You know, when you're like, can you get a job at 15? Can you be insured to do a gig? I don't think any of us had insurance
No,
doing that
absolutely
gig.
not.
We were like holding on to this like wonky statue being like, hi. And so, yes, we did charity on a roof and it is
That's the way
more
to do it.
scary.
Yeah. I can imagine that because you're looking over everyone.
Yes.
So just to circle back, out of
you.
5, open mic night, your first open mic night, what would you rate it?
Maybe 3 because of how physically, violently sick I was all day long with nerves.
Oh, no way.
I thought I was going to vomit before I went onto stage. I thought I was going to vomit
During.
on stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the physical experience wasn't good, even though in hindsight
It was
fine.
fine. I can.
But it always strikes me as wild how public speaking puts a fear of God into people.
Amen.
Yeah. Isn't it
Because we
wild?
care about opinions of other people. I
Yeah, we
think.
really do.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. Some people are like, I don't. You know who doesn't? Catherine Ryan. She genuinely doesn't, and it's pure. It's genuinely real. She does not. She moves through the world caring about the right people's opinions if she wants them to care, but she
Yeah.
does not care about people's. I really like. I
She can
get
really give
devastated.
it back as well. And with me, I'll need 4 days to think of a comeback. Even in arguments with my girlfriend, I'm like, just give me a couple minutes. to
Now,
think
do
of a good
you?
line.
Oh yeah, in an
Yeah,
argument.
you know.
There's nothing worse than walking away going.
That's me. And
another
another thing.
I remember one time having a fight with my boyfriend, and we just both bought ice cream. And I just really hated it because I sort of knew I was in the right and had a lot of points to prove, but you can't have a dripping ice cream.
No.
So in the middle of our argument, you're like, I swear to God, it's not about, if you just looked at the situation from a point of nuance, you would I'm going to stand, just fucking take the flake out. You would understand
That is so
that is... No, I never said that. Think about the words I just said to you and whether that is exactly what I said. So do you think that's exactly what I was meaning? And it's when you're trying to like have a fight and have something else going. Or the baby's the worst at the moment because she when she hears the sound of like any adults or crying, she finds it hilarious.
Really?
So if I'm crying, she'd be like, ha, because it's just someone doing a silly face. And it
Well,
really
actually, I'm
is.
really
It's
hurt
like,
right
I'm
now.
actually just trying to have a moment, if you wouldn't mind, to cry. It's not hilarious. I'm not your clown. So yeah, but I suppose the if you take away the worry that you have to come back,
Yeah.
so many people get in their heads like, oh, I won't have a comeback. You don't need one. Laugh.
Yeah.
Come on
Yeah.
with your idea for the next thing. I've been on RuPaul's Drag Race twice. Once to be a judge,
Love
which
that.
was very nice.
Iconic.
But once to be the comedy coach, and I adored doing that. And so the year I was doing it, Danny Beard was one of the finalists.
David.
And oh my God, I knew as soon as he came out. But I was always struck by like drag, so much of drag, especially for a lot of the queens who do comedy, are and that year had particularly amazing, in my opinion, stand-up level queens.
Yeah.
But didn't think of themselves as stand-ups. And I'm like, you are as funny with the exact same amount of material, but it's a mind trick.
Yeah.
And then the year I judged, we had like a comedy roast, and every single act out of the 4 who came on, it was one of the best stand-up shows I'd ever seen.
way.
They might not have called it a stand-up, they'd call it a roast.
Different
but I'm
name.
like, every single person had stand-up material.
Yeah.
And I love, maybe because I'm so in the stand-up world, I love the element of seeing people go, it's if you remove that bit of your head, you realize it's not such a far away foreign thing as you think it is. Wow. I remember the first time I did a panel show, the first time I ever did 8 out of 10 cats.
Oh, the dream.
I went to, and it was years ago when Sean Locke and John Richardson were the captains at the time. And the week before I was down to do it, I was so nervous. It was my first like big gig like that that I was booked for. And the week beforehand, I went to watch one and the best thing was I was like, oh, I didn't realize the room was this big.
Yeah.
When you watch it on telly, you don't realize how big the room is. And so I had a really good first record, because when I went in, I wasn't sort of looking around or going, oh my God, I can't believe how far someone is to speak to them, because I'd already seen it. So I'd gotten my bearings.
Right.
And so many of those little things comedy is just about like what's terrifying about it is if you've got a little niggle in your head that something's going to go wrong, that's what will thwart you.
Yeah.
Not the audience or a heckler or a room being bad or a microphone going weird. It's your own little brain going, I can't do this. Or he's going to say something and I'll have no comeback. Rather than like,
just overthinking it.
You're overthinking it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to, when people say don't overthink it, you're like, well,
And then
that's absolutely of
overthinking
no
it.
use
Yeah.
whatsoever. So it's more think of something, reframe it rather than don't overthink it. Reframe it as like, let him have a comeback, let me laugh, and then I'm going to talk about something else I enjoy. I don't have to come back.
That's what I need to do.
So I just loved kind of seeing what people have in there. I love seeing people's potential and the magic of people. That always makes me excited.
Out of 5, your first shag.
Like 1.
That's generous.
1.
1.
Like he gave me one. Yeah, and so like I you know what, maybe he listens to this and I think he does know who he is, but absolutely, 1.
Mine told me I laid there like a dead fish.
And you're like, well, maybe you should have tried to fry that fish and get some life back into it.
Maybe your dick should have been bigger and I would have known it was going on.
I see here, so I do have stand up about this. Full disclosure, I have stand up about this, but I'm going to talk about it now, sitting down.
Skip forward if you're going.
And I don't believe we should put so much emphasis on big penises.
Okay.
Because there's nothing you can do about that.
Size doesn't matter.
Well, of course it can be nice in the same way, like if you've got a lovely big pair of boobs, that can be lovely. If someone's into a lovely big pair of boobs, if they're into a lovely small pair of boobs, that can be lovely if they're into a small pair of boobs. But there's nothing you can do about it outside of surgery.
Okay, yeah.
And with the penis, there's nothing someone can do about it. And so we're all focusing on the wrong part of men having sex. They just need to get really good with their hands. And if we were like always giving like, he's got that big fingering energy, oh my God. And we were so like, oh my God, the men will be out in the streets using old-fashioned typewriters, trying to get better, like getting their fingers
their
all ready.
finger
Oh my
muscle.
God,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
their like, let's all limber up, lads.
That is
rather than trying to be
hilarious.
like, oh yeah, the size of this man, she really.
Yeah, you're right. Micro
Yeah.
penises are in.
Micro penises are in.
Yeah.
Great fingers are no. Any penises are out. Great fingers are actually. Speak from a queer point of view.
God bless.
Listen, the fingers.
They
Fingering's
do
great for
something.
everyone.
Yes, they do something, I will say.
You will say, can you, just the same way you were promoting AC or whatever, the auto park in Dublin.
Promote my fingers.
Hello, I'm GK Barry and can I ask a question as an older person?
Oh, of course you can.
Why do people do that on TikTok with products?
Oh, do you know what I do?
I
it
don't
to
have
take-
any teens
I do
around
it
me.
to take the piss, but okay.
But
so
why did it come about? I know you do it to
So-
take the piss, but I don't understand anymore
Is
about the
a
algorithm.
product,
Yeah.
Right. If you do that on camera,
Yeah.
it focuses the product and off you.
I feel like I'm going to send this around to all of the other women my age.
You're welcome.
And we can all understand.
Yeah.
Because I find myself, like, I don't really do videos to camera.
Yeah.
But when I was thinking of doing videos to tour, I found myself thinking, oh, do I do like just a hand like that, like the Illuminati, just to go, hello, everyone. Could you please come see me in Cheltenham, Birmingham, Oxford,
Anything, please.
Tunbridge Wells?
Yeah.
Could you please just come see me and not know why I was doing that?
Speaking of which, you're going on tour.
Or doing your makeup.
Makeup, yeah.
is an algorithm thing, is it?
It's an algorithm.
Okay, I got to do my makeup. So I got to do my makeup.
Yeah.
Put my hand to my hand.
And no, you need to put
to the makeup product
item-
man, and then be like, so please come and see me
Yeah.
in
Tunbridge Wells.
Tunbridge Wells, Oxford, Cheltenham. We need to shift some tickets in Cheltenham. Love horses. Come along.
Love horses.
Leicester. We could
Tunbridge
really
Wells.
shift a
Love
few
the
tickets.
countrywide.
Live at the Apollo next April 2026. Come and see me there.
Well, this brings me on to your tour is called Older Than Jesus.
Yes, it is called
What's
Golden
the
Jesus.
meaning of the name?
Well, thank you very much for making me realise that everyone didn't grow up with Bible studies.
You're so welcome.
Jesus was gone
Very
too
old.
soon.
Yes.
I'm sorry if that's
Rest up.
still a sensitive subject
Yeah.
for you. But he died at 33.
It did.
He did.
Don't make me laugh.
He did.
I don't know why it's making me laugh.
It wasn't funny for him. He died, and I would argue one of the worst ways possible.
Yeah.
Open arms. Very sad. So he was apparently 33
Okay.
when he died, and I was like, that's a loose age I can rest on for a decade or so. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like it's like, I'm not 33. I
Okay.
identify as 17.
Yeah.
But I'm, it's sort of leaving a loose age
Yeah.
for me to sort of be like, well, I'm older than that.
Jesus. Yeah.
Wank, wank. And I'm, younger than technically, if you were to say, like I never enjoy.
Younger than the Pope.
He would have
older than
been
Jesus.
2026 today if he was alive. Would he have though? Would he have really lasted until
Wow.
2026?
He's Jesus.
He was Jesus.
You don't know.
So that's why I called it Older Than Jesus. It gives, and also I think it's a really interesting age. You're 25, 26?
26 next month.
Leo.
Yeah.
Like my baby's a Leo.
Best sign.
Yes.
No joke.
Harriet Rose, also a Leo.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Harriet Rose.
I know Harriet Rose very well, and she loves my baby very much. And so we knew that she was going to have Leo, the baby was going to have Leo energy.
Well, of
So she was
course.
giving me Leo tips, so to speak. Yes. So what was my point? You're 25, 26.
Yes, yeah.
I feel like that's a great age, but your brain is just about to finish developing.
Yeah,
at
my
26.
frontal lobe hasn't come through
Frontal
yet.
lobe is about to come. You've a month left with that frontal lobe to be a bit squashy.
Okay.
And it's gonna harden up.
Thank God.
Like Botox, harden up around the front of your forehead in a month's time.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you're sort of who you are now is roughly who you are. You can learn some things,
Happy with
habits,
that.
etc. But
Yeah.
roughly this
That's
is
me.
you. And when you get to 33, you'll realize your younger dreams either did work out or didn't work out.
Yep.
But roughly most people have imagined up to 33.
Okay.
And then after that, it's sort of into the new dreaming. Whether you're at that stage, I honestly thought when I was 26 that by 33 I'd have 7 Oscars, 3 children, and a house full of golden Labradors in LA.
Obviously.
And then when I got to that age, I didn't have, I would say, any of those things.
yes,
It's safe to say. I mean, I did know someone with a Labrador, but other than that, I
Close
wasn't
enough.
very close to
Yeah.
the thing. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to pivot my dreams here. And after that, it's kind of into the wild unknown again,
Apparently
like a kid.
30s are the best year of your life, though.
I adored my 30s.
Really?
They were messy and awful and crazy and weird. And I loved, looking back, the dramas, the travels, the amount of people I fell in and out of love with. I loved all of it.
That was beautiful, that.
Thank you so
Write
much.
that down.
Oh my God, I feel like
That was
I
honestly...
feel like I'm in one of those how did you find your time on Love Island
me.
montages.
Yeah.
My favourite part of Love Island is when someone leaves a villa and then they do the in memoriam of all of the people in the diary room going, he was
the best
he was
chap.
one of the best guys I've ever met in my life, and I don't know what my time's going to be like without him. I'll never. And then all I'm missing is what I would love every time someone's voted off in Love Island is, you know, when there's an army funeral and they have a bugle and they slowly fold a flag.
Yeah.
I would love if when someone's voted or kicked off Love Island, they folded a thong.
Yes.
And then someone went, "Brr, brr, 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 brr."
I think we bring that in.
And then they had a slow march
Yes.
of their body out
Beautiful.
of the villa. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be stunning?
I'm going to write to ITV.
Yeah. We just DM Ian Sterling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
actually.
a moment to remember. Harrison.
Can't wait for next week when someone gets voted off. On your tour, you're doing big life questions.
Big life questions
from the
yeah.
audience.
Yeah, dilemmas, anything like that.
Fucking
Basically,
love that.
Catherine Ryan was like, get their dilemmas in, and she told me to kind of do that.
Would you say you're good at life advice?
Interesting. A pair of my friends just got engaged who I set up.
Incredible.
And I had to push one of those friends after the great first date 2 months later to go get and fucking texting that person back again. So I think I'm quite direct about it. I think I'm better at preaching than practicing.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Father GK. Yeah. Reverend GK.
I've been told.
Yeah.
Tell us about the stand-up show. And completely fair.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's, I think sometimes the best stand-up is the one that's late. To be written.
Yeah, late to be written. So the tour is called Older Than Jesus. It's out end of February next year, and I'm going to all sorts of places all over England and Ireland. Tunbridge Wells, Cheltenham, Birmingham, Leicester, Oxford.
Yeah.
These may or may not be places that my agent said haven't sold as well as I expected. So please, people in these areas.
Yeah.
Please go out and buy the tickets.
Yeah. And
For the baby, for the child, to keep her in potato waffles.
For my child, Southend,
GK's,
Derby.
yeah, exactly.
Anything.
Has Dublin sold well for you?
Always does.
Yeah.
Always does.
We'll look after you. We'll look after you. Listen, GK, we'll look after you. Friday night in Dublin, GK Barry, come on.
Anything like it.
She'll be down with that dirty onion. Down in traditional Irish cocktails like a mimosa.
Well, of course, yes. Espresso martini.
Oh my God, I remember one birthday party. I had an espresso martini in my hand when my guests started to arrive.
Ooh.
And I have a big birthday party most years because I'm born the day before St. Patrick's Day.
Incredible.
So my birthday is St. Patrick's weekend and has been every year since I was born. And I have big parties. But every single person who came in saw me with an espresso martini in my hand and was like, do you know what, I'm just going to buy Aisling whatever she's drinking there. And I had about 12 espresso martinis. I slept with my eyes open for 7 weeks. I was like, I've had a great birthday. It was that many coffees and the coffee beans, and I would always eat the coffee beans because I was on nervous social energy.
Fuck.
Listen, I am who I am. So yes, espresso martinis, be careful. It's a wild energy.
No, it's like a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
I've had a few Jaeger bombs a night and I'm like, I'm having like heart palpitations.
The worst part about Jaeger bombs is how genuinely hydrating they feel.
Yeah.
As in you're like, oh, I've just had an orange. Sometimes I feel like I've had a cantaloupe melon, but I've actually had a Jaeger bomb. And that's and you're like, yeah, I'll have a second one. I feel like really hydrated now.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a brief story that I don't know if it's true or not, but it came from a friend of mine that he was at a house party.
Yeah.
And someone was like, let's do Jaeger bombs. And they took shot glasses straight out of the dishwasher, which means they were hot, the little shot glasses, put them with a Jaeger bomb into the glass of Red Bull.
Right.
Did it, you know the way you do that before a Jaeger bomb with a glass? The tiny shot glass, because it was hot in a cold glass, shattered before he knocked it down. And luckily, because it was a shot, the liquid helped not rip his esophagus, but did rip the
Also,
G round the back.
oh
On the way
my
out.
God.
So I know you like to end your podcast with advice.
How did you
And
just
if there
read
was
that?
something more sage, did I just read that?
Yeah, that's my last bit.
Advice to save grace. Oh,
Work
could there
it.
have been
Yeah.
more perfect?
Perfect timing.
Isn't that stunning advice? And every time someone mentions the Jaeger bomb, I was like, I wouldn't be a good person if I just didn't mention this, because if I could just save one asshole who likes Jaeger bombs from being ripped apart,
Yeah.
then that would be my job on earth done.
What I will say is, you've saved my arsehole.
Thank you so
And I
much.
don't say that to many
I
people.
don't.
You have been sensational.
You have been sensational,
I
and
know.
I've enjoyed this so much. I feel like I'm in Instagram.
Make sure you...
So if I'm promoting this bell, for
Yeah.
example, and I really want the bell to sell.
Yeah.
This is me being a millennial,
Yeah.
an older millennial. Hi, I'm Aisling. This won't sell the bell,
Yeah,
but this will sell the bell.
that's selling the bell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sell that bell, baby.
I can't wait to see you on Instagram in the next few weeks.
Yes,
shit
holding
to your
up
hands.
items.
I'm taking it in my full stride that was me.
Thank you for answering a question I had no younger people available to ask. Can I just
Always
tell
is
you,
well, yeah.
before we go, your Gen
Z. I was
and I'm a
99,
millennial.
so I'm guessing so.
Oh, those red balloons. The other day, a terrifying thing happens to me. Sebastian Croft, who's an incredible actor who is in Heartstopper,
Mm-hmm.
and I did a film with Nick Frost called Getaway with him.
Yeah.
And it's a very funny murder movie that came out last year. And Sebastian Croft played my son, devastating, obviously, for the brand, for the young brand. But he was at my house a couple of weeks ago, and he asked me, and I still haven't over it, what's Tipex?
I used to paint my nails with Tipex.
Thank you. So it's not totally.
I promise you.
Okay.
That's
okay, 'cause I
just
find it really
Sebastian.
like it was just Sebastian who doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't know what it's like to make mistakes. But I still use
do.
Tipex.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
too
that's
far.
yeah. Tipex. I'm
You
going to
need
have a little bottle of Tipex in my
The
hand.
fact you're even still writing on a piece of paper is
do.
hilarious. Get on Word. Yeah?
Word. Okay. Word. Cool. Cool word.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. You've been amazing.
You've been amazing.
Buy the tour tickets.
Please
or
come and see me in, especially places like Cheltenham, Tunbridge Wells, Oxford, Birmingham, Leicester.
Leicester. Check the site.
Check the site.
Yeah.
By the site, I mean Instagram.
Split the G.
Split the G.
If you're watching, give it a like, subscribe. And if you're listening, give it a follow and a 5-star review. Bye.
Bye.